Very well, we'll go in.
It looks like the Shem was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
Indeed, and they also don't exactly look like ruins. How would all this earth have fallen on top of it? And of course, to make matters worse, that is... The narrator doesn't know how to control the camera. That is most certainly not naturally occurring. I thought it was a stalactite. It is not. How dangerous could it be, Tamlin? I'm flustered because there are going to be giant spiders in here. Mr. How dangerous could it be? Ugh. And what did I say?
Delighted.
Giant spiders, Tamlin. I'm blaming you for all of this.
As you desire.
Honestly. Well, there's a door. I suppose an infestation, as annoying as it may be, this far away from the camp it isn't too much of a threat. Still not worth reporting, as it were. I have a terrible feeling about this. And these ruins are ancient. Well beyond even the recorded history I know of. This must be during the point when elves and humans lived together. But if we go that route, at that point, I do believe that, well, I suppose we weren't enslaved at that point, but lovely. That was at least 3 of them. I'm not happy with you right now, Tamlin. Rush through. Okay, so he's distracted 1. Help him finish off.
Another foe fallen!
If you say one word about us not having much trouble, I might hit you with something. Ugh. Well, it appears that sarcophagi and another cocoon. A blade, though I have no use for it. They are most certainly sarcophagi. What ruin was this? Was this a tomb? That's locked. Very well.
All right.
If this was a tomb, we should tread much more carefully. Traps seem quite likely. Tamlin, what did I just... Oh, by the hells.
Of course. You could have just given up, you know. Ha ha ha!
What did I just say? Don't look at me with those puppy dog eyes like you're innocent. Not 3 moments ago. Ugh.
Delighted.
Well, now you've got me flustered, and I'm doing the same thing. Luckily, that was only light burns. Don't you say a word. It's your fault. I suppose this connects to the other tunnel. It's odd that leather has managed to survive in here. Was it sealed away? I suppose that could explain it. Or, well, those bodies are actually in relatively healthy condition, all things considered, by the age of the ruins. I don't trust this in the slightest, however.
I can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you?
Of course I do. His symbol is marred into my face, Tamlin. It's Felondin. But more than vaguely familiar.
Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
We're nowhere near Arlathan. This proves nothing. No. This isn't exactly the time and place for a history lesson, Tamlin, especially when you're talking to the original first of the Keeper. If this was of the time of Arlathan, then it is something we can examine later with the Keeper, after we have cleansed this place with fire. Especially since there is a statue of Felondin, the god of death, essentially. This place definitely seems to be a tomb. We should not tarry here longer than we need to. Tombs are full of traps and all kinds of things we don't need to be involved in.
I suppose you're right. Still, the possibility is thrilling.
Why do I allow you to egg me on like this? A locked door? Perhaps Tamlin can open it? I'm not certain. Ah, this was that door that we could not get through earlier. Fair enough. And I'm walking... Hanal is walking along the edge because he wants to avoid traps. Well, called that, didn't I? Quite a bit stronger, quite a bit stronger than the spiders it would appear.
Well done, I say! Well done! Are those walking corpses? This place is haunted.
More likely, it is defended by magic. Dark magic at that. Or perhaps not so dark. In many ways, death is just another aspect of life. Still very unnatural. I suppose it depends on if the skeletons are sentient or not. And of course, that opened the great metal door's lock. Magic indeed. Now, the Shems mentioned a demon. I don't see anything like that so far. Oh, right then.
By the creators! What? You aren't going to leave without taking a closer look at the mirror, are you?
I believe that was a bug due to the distance of where I was. To answer your earlier statement, Tamlin, that was a demon. The Shems were actually right. What a surprise. I expected something, well, like a bear, but not quite one like that. As far as the mirror goes, I don't trust it, and neither should you.
It sat here for who knows how many centuries? What could be so dangerous? Don't worry, I won't break it. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror.
Yes, I saw it, and I sensed it. We need to get out of here now, Tamlin. Get away from it.
Hold on, I just want to know what it is. Don't you see it? There it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look. It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me! Help! I can't look away!
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethaline. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
I feel groggy, but more importantly, I am worried. Where is Tamlin? What happened?
We don't know. The Shem who brought you here saw no sign of him.
I don't remember anything. I was in a cave, and then nothing. Where's the Keeper?
He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
As important as the fact that there was a Shemlin here that was a Grey Warden, right now the priority is Tamlin. How on earth I got outside the cave is another question. I don't even remember running out. Is there anyone looking for him?
Of course. Most of the hunters are off looking for him right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
I see you are awake, Darlin. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
The fact the old magic struggled with whatever I had been tainted with is something worth noting. Worse, that means that Tamlin is most likely sick as well.
If he encountered the same thing you did? Yes. The Grey Warden said he found you alone outside a cave, already stricken. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
I'm not sure. What does a darkspawn look like, Keeper?
Like a man, but dark and tainted with evil. Perhaps you fought one in the cave and it wounded you.
The creatures inside were nothing like that. Giant spiders, undead.
None of them were darkspawn. Duncan was so certain. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember?
A mirror. Tamlin touched it.
A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Darlin? Without you, we will not find it.
It's not exactly whether I feel up to it or not. Tamlin is my friend, and in many ways the brother I never had. I'm up to it, Keeper. I feel fine. We must go.
I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly.
I understand. Take Merrill and find Tamlin.
Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
Pray for me, Keeper. Now, before I go anywhere, I need to tend to my wounds and focus myself. First, level up. Now, it's tempting to actually put these in Constitution since he's survived what is essentially a taint, apparently a Darkspawn taint, from what Duncan theorized. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Although, willpower might be another way for that to focus. Mental fortitude and determination compared to resilience. Yeah, I think Constitution. And Stone Fist sounds actually quite useful in combination with Winter's Grasp. Yeah. Alright. Now, before I go, I need to gather supplies as quickly as possible. Oh boy, more codex entries. Okay, I'll, is there anything in the forestry? Well, there isn't, but there is. Okay. I suppose I should check the other sides of the forest as well. Yeah, he wouldn't try breaking into any of the chests here.
So you have returned to us, Darlin. We are grateful you are whole and well.
Pavel is like a father. He's actually surprised that he's being this understanding. I'm glad to be here as well, Hahen.
So you should be. What were you two thinking, wandering into that cave without first coming to tell the Keeper?
Ah, there it is. He was just holding it back. You're right, Harin. We should have come back here first. I tried to tell Tamlin, but I allowed him to persuade me. I let my curiosity get the better of me.
I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Darlin. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
I understand, Haren. I know I'm the supposed chosen one, and even more than that, I am simply a child of the Dalish. We are too few to lose. I'll make sure that the failure doesn't repeat itself.
Would you even know the reason behind your efforts? I wonder. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
I don't have much time, Haren, but very well, just to apologize.
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Darlin?
Long ago, we were slaves to the humans.
Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
And then the humans decided that they were going to declare war on the Dales.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more.
We shall return the old ways to those who have lost them.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last of Elvenon. Never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Darlin. You remember both the tale and the Oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly.
I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Darlin.
And that story is a reminder. He'd had it hammered into his mind this entire time, after all. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. If you enjoy my videos and don't want to miss out on future content, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. If you'd like to support me on a more personal level, offer recommendations, chat with me, or vote on future series, then consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you once again for all your support, and I can't wait to see you in the next chapter of our story.